It's been a long, long time since they were fired up. Yeah. And there you can see the other exhaust. We're looking good. And we are off. Happy days. This is December boating, and that's the marina we're just leaving. See, somebody has a Christmas tree up. There's not too much of a current, Mar.
No. Well, guys, we are out for a little spin.
We are now nearly the middle of December,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And it's our first time being out for a spin since.
Since the last lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's been impossible to go boating, and it's been pretty much impossible to make vlogs of any sort. But here we are, the middle of December.
And it's a lovely day now. It's cold, but it's nice.
Yeah. But you know what? It's just so super to get out on the river again, and even in the middle of winter, it's still beautiful. And I think 2020 has been such a shit year that you really need these de-stressing moments.
Yeah.
And even though it's cold, even though it's winter time, there's still that feeling you get when you get in the boat, that you still get in the middle of the summer. I think it's like if somebody opens a little tap down in your ankle,
yes, and you're going,
and drains all the stress, and you just go, and it's lovely, and it's damned good for you. And,
it is, and as I say, it's a lovely day. It's chilly,
Yes.
but what is it, 10 degrees?
About 10 degrees.
We always said we'd never go boating unless it was 10 degrees.
Yeah, that's kind of our cut-off point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we say below 10 degrees, it's just too bloody cold. But it's doable now. It's quite mild, and
Somebody actually put a comment in the comments about us doing a blog about what it costs to run a boat and all that kind of stuff. So we'll look into that, and we'll do a blog on that at some stage. It's not that we're not doing it at the minute because.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be good actually.
There's a lot going on, isn't there?
There's a lot going on.
You know. We thought we'd have our canopy for Christmas, but now it looks as though we won't have it until.
It'll be in the new year sometime. We have to.
Oh, I'm a bit disappointed, but what can I do?
Yeah, well, we've waited long enough for it, so look, we will eventually get it.
So I only waited 12 years for it.
Yeah. I want to go up the river here. We're going to go up to a bridge. Marion's Bridge. We call it Marion's Bridge because we had a brief moment of contact with it one time. But this is the Portnamona Light Railway Bridge, and this is the railway bridge that the locomotives go over to bring turf to the power station just behind us here in Lanesborough.
Yeah, and sadly the power station is closing next Friday, so
the loss of an awful lot of jobs. And
Lanesborough and Ballyleague are really, and surrounding areas are going to find it very, very hard. You know?
Yeah, there's a huge amount of wage packets that won't be going into this part of the Irish Midlands as a result. And from a waterways point of view, what I think we miss out on is the fact that the wonderful locomotives that we've been used to seeing going backwards and forwards across this bridge are now going to become a thing of the past. So we thought we'd just take a quick look at them trains and let you see how much we are actually missing.
Today, guys, we're making a bit of history because these are the last trains of the Portnamona factory. Is that what you call it? Power station. They're finishing up today, and it's so sad. It really is sad. You know, through all the years, the Portnamona has been the heart and soul of Lanesborough and surrounding areas. Oh, he's putting on the lights and everything. I don't know whether you can see in the background, it's a very hazy day, the power station over here. And years ago when we'd be going on the boat, when we'd be in Lanesborough, if we were going across Lough Ree, people would say, oh, look and see what way the smoke is going in the power station. If it was great, going straight up, you'd cross Lough Ree, no problem. Any bit of wind this way or that way, you'd say, we wait till tomorrow morning.
The decision by ESB to close the power station here in Lanesborough and also the one down in Shannon Bridge has had huge knock-on effect for the people living here in the local community in Ireland and generally for the whole of the Irish Midlands. And it reminds me a little bit of the canal boats up in James Street Harbour. When the last canal boat sailed, it was before my time, was in May of 1960. And that's what we're going to witness here in a week's time, when the last locomotive leaves the power station in Lanesborough to head out here onto the bog to collect turf. But there's a major difference, because when the last barge left James Street Harbour back in 1960, the canal infrastructure was left behind. That hasn't happened here, because when these locomotives go, and they'll go in just 1 week's time, then all this magnificent narrow gauge railway that stretches for miles and miles across the bog, and it just branches out all over the way, all over the bog, all over the Midlands. It passes over the river, passes over canals, it passes over roads, it passes under roads. It's a magnificent network. But unfortunately, that is all going to be ripped out of the bog, and this wonderful network is going to be lost forever. So we're not exactly sailing into the sunset, we're sailing nearly away from the sunset, and that's Lough Ree Power Station there. You can see the smoke billowing out of the chimney, and soon that will be a thing of the past. It's my wind indicator there. You can't make up its mind what direction the wind is blowing. It keeps going round in circles. And despite the cold and the winter and the chill, there's still plenty swans here, just gracefully making their way out of our way. And it's actually, I don't know, can you see there's a few more of them up ahead up there? That's beautiful. I always seem to be eating on these vlogs, don't I? Oh, that's beautiful. So we're just approaching the Port Namona railway bridge now. There's, I think, just less than 1 week to go before this power station will close. Its sister power station down in Shannon Bridge closed the other day, and it's a very, very sad occasion. And I've always said that this is probably the most dangerous bridge on the river. You tend to get a bit of a current here. The navigation arch is very, very narrow. When you're heading upriver or downriver, if you meet another boat here, it can be a little bit dicey. And it's also quite a low bridge as well if the water levels are high. Today, there's a good run in the river. There's a good strong current. It was a lot stronger about a week ago, but it seems to have, we got a bit of dry weather now, and it's gone down quite a bit, hasn't it? Mm-hmm.
I'm stuffing my face here.
Well, it's cold, so you have to eat to keep warm. That's a good excuse to eat, isn't it? So those of you that follow the vlog closely may have noticed that we got rid of the mast, the radar mast off the boat. And it was just too much of a nuisance, and it was quite a heavy thing to put up and put down. It served no useful purpose because we haven't used the radar since we were at sea, and I've no plans to go out to sea again.
No.
So we just, you know what, we took it off and we have it sitting at home in a shed.
But you really wanted to put it in the sitting room, didn't you?
I thought it would be a nice thing to hang over the fireplace. I thought it would be sort of a conversation piece. Not many people have a boat mast with a radar on it in the sitting room. So the likes of trying to get onto the bridge here now, it's a lot easier without having that mast up. And,
that's how I crashed the last time, because the mast was up.
That's right. We just took the anchor light off the top of it.
Yeah.
So it just, with the current here, it's difficult to line it up, but be more difficult coming downriver.
Wow.
Wow, I'm kind of just taken back at how high the water is here. Even without a mast, I'm sort of second guessing whether we've enough room to get under.
We wouldn't have got under.
Oh, we'd have enough room to get under either way now at the moment. The only little bit of saving grace about the Bog Railway closing is that the one thing they are going to retain is that bridge, and I heard that it's going to be made into a walkway.
Yeah, I think it's is that. Oh, there's a name on it now as well. They've done it along the canal. Is it into the west or something like?
Right, a long
walk,
distance.
Yeah.
Well, and probably a cycle lane as well.
Yeah.
So at least that bridge will be put to some use, but
Yeah.
that won't produce any jobs. Unfortunately, and it won't.
No.
I can't imagine it would throw an awful lot of money into the local economy, and it certainly won't compensate for the loss.
I mean, we have walked a good bit of the Royal Canal now, and like that, we just park the car up, go for a walk for an hour, half an hour, whatever, and then. But we would never spend money in the area, like.
No, but I'm guessing that people doing a long distance walk might use bed and breakfast and maybe cafes and eateries along the way. But look,
be interesting to see.
Yeah. So I'm going to swing us about here, and we're going to head back down again. Let's see, can I line up with this bridge?
As you can see, I'm not driving today. I have an afternoon off.
Yeah.
I was just brought along to cook. I'd say we're going to get a heavy shower of rain now.
Oh, so look, this is Ireland in December.
Yeah, but it's lovely just to be on the boat, isn't it?
It is though, yeah.
It really is. It's just all Christmas shopping sorted, and it's just nice.
So I'm just trying to line us up for the bridge here, and you can see the wash, you can see the water as it flows past the piers of the bridge. It gives you an idea that there is quite a bit of a current there. And that's the other thing about this, is that the piers aren't lined up with the navigation. They're slightly off. So you have to come out to the right hand side and then line up as we are. I hopefully lined up now.
Like that would be a little island at one stage. Now it's just a tree in the middle of the river. You can see the current on there.
You can certainly see it up ahead of us. Look at that. It's more like a course that you would go canoeing on rather than cruising on. And you can see there, you might just see on the right hand side, there's the motor that would have once lifted this span. And I'm guessing that would have been to accommodate the likes of sailing barges. But those others would know more about it than I would.
Yeah, there is a good current there. There really is here.
Oh yes. No, there is.
Oh my goodness.
And
it's actually cold when you're standing out here, so I'll come back in.
Yep.
So now we're sailing into the sunset.
We are sailing into the sunset now, yes. And we're heading towards Lanesborough Power Station.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a breeze up, and because there's such a strong current, that's why we're getting the amount of waves on the river as we are. It's a kind of a wind against tide effect. But do you know what, it's
I'm just looking at it.
Lovely.
You can see the power station now and the smoke. It's kind of going to the left a little bit. I wouldn't be crossing that
it's coming towards us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be crossing.
But that's been a great weather indicator for the locals as well as for boaters.
Yeah.
Because the direction of the smoke and the angle that the smoke left the chimney always gave you an indication, not just wind direction, but a bit of wind speed as well. And it'll be sorely missed.
We have a neighbour. We can actually see the power station from our house. Mm-hmm. And we had a neighbour that used to say, "Oh, the wind is coming from Dublin. Well, we're going to get bad weather." Everything came from Dublin, didn't it? Now we're sailing into the sunset. Isn't it gorgeous? Can you see? Oh, yeah. Wow.
But it just goes to show you, like even in December, you can still get out and enjoy the boat, and it's nice to take it for a spin.
Yeah, but look, I mean, you can see the white horses. They're waves, really, aren't they?
Yeah, but that's that wind against tide effect.
Yeah, it's
and
fabulous
anywhere there's
now.
a strong current, you'll get that, as the wind is blowing up against the flow of the river. We haven't actually winterized the engines on the boat, as you can probably tell, and I want to wait till the very last minute to do that. I want to try and get as much use out of it as I can. But if we left it any more later in the season, we would be early next season, really, because we're middle of December now.
The weather's not that cold. We had a cold spell.
Oh, we did. It was very cold
about 2 weeks ago.
Last weekend. We were going to try and come out, and we said, you know what, it's just too cold. Before that, then there was a thick fog, and before that we had the lockdown, you see. So it's just been very difficult to get out to the boat, and just at this time of year, it's just quite difficult to make.
We're still so lucky though that we're in our own county here, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
Well,
this is one good thing about it. Roscommon is probably the best county to live in if you want to go boating, because you can go boating all the way from Lough Key down as far as Shannon Bridge, isn't it?
Yeah, providing you stay on the right hand side.
You
or
keep on the right hand side of the river. And,
but then the locks and everything were closed. They were only open in the past week.
yes, but that's because that was when you couldn't move more than 5 kilometres, you say.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we're doing okay here outside. The engines are running lovely, which is nice. It's all good. No, so it just remains for us to get the boat back into the mooring now. That was just our little afternoon
adventure.
little afternoon trip up along the river just to see that the boat still works and that we still know how to drive it. When we got back into the mooring now here, as is inevitable, the wind is going to be blowing us off the jetty, and
Oh, look, I'm destroyed.
I'd probably make a hames of it. It's all water, yeah. Just the colour of your top shows the raindrops.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the little trip up the river, guys. It was certainly nice to get out for a spin. It was nice to record a bit of video again for first time in a long time, and help us all get through this COVID winter, and hopefully 2021 will be a lot better. I think our slogan for 2021 should be 2021 bring back the crack.
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to
get a t-shirt with that wrote in it. That's crack as in CRAIC. not the stuff you smoke. Yeah, that'll be our slogan for 2021. Bring back the crack. So I'm going to be brave and let you watch me more in this, and hopefully I won't make a mess of it. No, slow it down. And we try and get it in here without doing too much damage.
Good morning.
We always say that any mooring where nobody is killed or seriously injured is a good mooring.
Yeah. So guys, listen, hope you enjoyed our afternoon trip as much as what we did.
And if you did, for goodness sake, hit the subscribe button, guys. Thanks for watching.
Cheerio.
Subscribing to the Driftwood Boat Blog is absolutely free. All you do is you go to YouTube, in the search bar, type in Driftwood Boat Blog. And up the top there you'll see the Driftwood Boat Blog logo. Just click on that and that brings you to our channel and to over 100 videos. If you click the subscribe button, click the bell, tick all, you'll get a notification every time we bring out a new video, and you'll also be helping the channel. Thanks for subscribing.